Remember the 26-year-old CA who had taken her own life? Remember what Narayan Murthy had said about working 70 hours a week? And of course, we all remember what L&T Chief Subramanian had said about working 90-hour work week. So I'm sure you guys have an idea of where I'm trying to land with all of this data. However, before we dive straight into corporate culture, into workplace toxicity, into office politics, I would like to narrate a few small stories from my life basically. The year was 2015, and I got a chance to work for this really, really big and prestigious advertising agency which has a big international presence. It's not easy to get in there, but I did. And for me, it was always a dream to get into advertising and work for that particular company. So I was thrilled, I was ecstatic. I joined the company in quite a good position, but that was also my first venture into advertising. I was working as a journalist, and then I switched careers and moved into advertising, and my initiation happened with this big advertising agency. I will not take the name. It's very big. It's like one of the biggest ones. Like the big 2, 3, it's one of them. So I joined their office in a very good designation, and I was all excited. But my only drawback was that this was my first venture into advertising, so I didn't really know how the entire process works in advertising, because every industry has their own process cycle, right? So I was unfamiliar with the advertising industry's process cycle. So anyway, I joined. I'm introduced to everyone by my boss, and somehow I noticed that I didn't get much insight or help from the colleagues around me. I was still trying to figure things out on my own. I was seeing how others were working, how others were going through the entire process of advertising, and I was just picking up from them, just by observing, learning, seeing. This is how we make a layout, etc. And I'm talking about 2015, when digital was nowhere there. There was no digital marketing at all. So it was all about mostly print ads and TVCs. Now the thing is, when I had joined, these guys were like, my team was already in the middle of a campaign for, again, a very, very big FMCG brand, very big. So we were already in the middle of this campaign, which I had nothing to do with, because I joined when the campaign was already being run. So about 2.5 weeks into this employment, the campaign was a great success, and my boss and the rest of the team, they got a lot of accolades for that. Wonderful, excellent. I really didn't have anything to do with it because, like I said, I was still learning, and strangely, nobody even inducted me into the process. I still remember, while the success was being celebrated in my boss's room and all the juniors were also gathered around, my boss called me into the room, and as the others looked on, he said, "So Devleena, thank you so much for your huge and immense contribution. We are really indebted to you." And I was like, what contribution? I had nothing to do with this. There were 3 to 4 seconds of silence, after which everyone burst out laughing. I realized what just happened. And of course, what else could I do than join them while they were sharing this little unnecessary joke? So I also laughed along with them. Later on, I realized how humiliating it was. My second most prominent tryst with office toxicity was years down the line. I think it was about 2017 or 2018. Yes, it was 2018. I was working for this digital marketing agency. By now, digital had come up, and even though we were just doing social media creatives, not really proper PPC and paid media. So I was working in this digital marketing company, and the timings were 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. And those who know me, they know that I believe in punctuality, and I insist that all my team members come into work at a certain time and they leave at a certain time. I don't believe in staying back and sitting in office till your boss leaves and then you leave. No, I don't believe in all of that, and I do not encourage this as well. So anyone who's worked with me will know this, and I'm a stickler for punctuality. So 10 to 7, I would reach the office 10 minutes to 10, 5 minutes to 10, because I needed to sort of plan out the day's work, assign tasks to people, check stuff that is to be delivered, create the deck, etc., etc. So I prefer going in early because that's my choice. That's what I feel comfortable in doing. 15. So I would make it a point to punch in at 10 and punch out by 7 or at 7. Some days we would of course get late. It's not the same every day. So some days when there was a lot of urgency and a lot of pressure, the practice that I inculcated was come on time, work efficiently, leave on time. A bunch of people in another team of the same organization gave me a nickname. The nickname is in Bengali and it goes like this: Shatta Bajle Biometric, which means come 7 p.m. and there she punches on the biometric, something like that. So this was basically given to mock the fact that I am punctual and that I'm efficient. And I still remember this was announced on the day of our office picnic in front of everyone, and everyone had a great laugh. Actually, so did I. It was very thoughtful of that person. And by then I was quite, mature and but imagine if I was not like this, if it was a younger person, if it was, say, an intern or someone who's just started their career, how would they feel? Is this how you will treat them? And you're making fun of me because I'm punctual and efficient, you fools. Anyway, this was my attitude back then. My third tryst with workplace toxicity happened quite recently, when I was told by a colleague who is, by designation, is higher than me, who asked me to tattoo this in capital letters on your forehead, like I was a 5-year-old. Like I had no idea about advertising or digital marketing. Like I was just starting out my job. No. Like I was just born. And you know what I did? I just looked at him and I'm like, whatever. So yes, these things happen. And what you have to do is you have to develop a very, very thick skin in order to just let these things be, and in order to not get bothered about these things. This is part 1 of the video. I will now dive into the kinds of toxicity that we find in today's corporate culture, what it is doing to people, and what does the future of work look like, and what should you do? So stay tuned.